Hey, what's up? This is going to be a review for the Toshiba 3TB USB 3.0 external hard drive. Now, sorry guys, it took me a very long time, but at least this gave me a lot of time to actually use it so I could really give you guys a great idea of what I think of the hard drive. Now, I'm going to start by saying that this is my first USB 3.0 external hard drive. I did have an external hard drive before this, and it was a USB 2.0 2TB drive. So I am definitely going to be able to easily be able to tell the performance difference as well as other things. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is ventilation, and I guess you could say the lifespan of it. I will say that the last hard drive I have, even though it was one of the best-selling external hard drives, especially for that year, it turned out to not last very long, mainly because a lot of external hard drives have almost no way to breathe. They are completely sealed in plastic, so if they overheat, the heat doesn't have anywhere to go. So it really decreases the lifespan, especially over time, or if you use it for intensive purposes or anything. And this one has a lot of ventilation on it, and I gotta say that has helped extremely help with the lifespan because it's already lasted a lot longer than the other hard drive did. And the other thing is I have been using this for YouTube videos, rendering videos to it, storing everything on it, recording gameplay on it, which does take up a large amount of space, and it still performs very well, and I haven't seen a single hitch or a single sign that it's starting to die out or have many problems. So it's done a great job of just lasting this long without having any decrease or noticeable differences as far as the lifespan or anything. So those ventilations, I gotta say, have really helped with that. Now, as far as the other things go, is that the design, even though it does have increased ventilation and everything, it's not really that much thicker or bigger than the other hard drive that I had. It's a very small amount. It's about, around a pencil's, as thin as a pencil. That's a very small difference, or it's just a tiny bit more. So it's a very small difference, but it helps a lot. It really does. And the other thing is that for those of you that don't know what USB 3.0 is, or if you don't have it, you're not going to have to spend a huge tremendous amount of money or buy a whole new computer. It would certainly help, but as long as your motherboard does have the right slot, you can just buy a USB 3.0 card and just plug it into your motherboard, and it will give you 4 USB 3.0 ports, and they're usually selling for only around $20. So to get USB 3.0, if you don't have it, is not a problem at all. But if you only have USB 2.0, or if you don't want to buy that hub, at least this will be, I guess you could say, longer lasting, and it'll be future proof. Not completely future proof, but it will help you years down the road when you have USB 3.0, and you'll have the huge difference and improvement in performance overall. But now the main question comes in, is the performance. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a benchmark so you can see the performance for yourself. So as you can tell, the performance is actually really good. It's a very small difference between this external hard drive and a regular internal hard drive. And surprisingly, actually for a lot of people, especially if they're using older hard drives and they don't have any newer hard drives, they're very likely actually going to be seeing a performance increase using this right off the bat, just because it's a newer hard drive and it has a lot of performance potential. So this is definitely going to be a great improvement for a lot of people, but for people that have really good hard drives or just have a newer one in general, you will not be seeing much of a difference on the performance on this thing. And another thing I will add is I've been running dozens and dozens of games off of this. I haven't seen any big differences in performance at all, really. I'm able to run all my games perfectly fine, and not just local or single player related games. I could play online, I could play Battlefield online, I could play Crysis, I could play many games with absolutely no problem being able to run it, or without having to lower the settings or anything like that. So it runs very fine, and again, that's where I store all my videos and everything, and that's how I render my videos. When I get done recording this video, what I'm going to do is actually store on the external hard drive, and then start opening it up in my video editing software, and then start editing it. But even though it's an external hard drive, it's not going to make it clunky or anything, or very slow when I'm trying to edit this video. And another thing to consider is that most of these benchmarks were performed when the hard drive was at 30 to 60% full on stuff. So this wasn't just when it was completely empty at its best performance. This is more realistic performance when you're actually going to be having the thing filled up. So you might be experiencing a little bit better performance when you're using this drive. And just overall, this is just right off the bat a very good external hard drive. It's at a very nice price tag and availability. You can find it in most local stores for a very great price still. Has a nice design that's barely any thicker than the other ones, but has really nice ventilation. The lifespan is amazing compared to other drives, thanks to its nice ventilation. And the performance is amazing. And because I've been using this and had it so filled up and everything, as you can tell, the performance is still great. And it's not degraded or cut in half at all on performance after filling this thing up. So it's just a very great one overall. I give it a full 5 out of 5. This is a very great job. I haven't found any flaws, and it's really nice to see that even though I did this external hard drive months and months after having it, it still had great performance at the end. So thanks again guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it informative, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe, because we'll be doing a review for more products very soon, including the G.Skill 240GB SSD, which stands for solid state drive. And I'll be giving you guys a great performance difference between the SSD, internal hard drive, external hard drive, as well as other different ways of storage. You get a great idea of all the performance differences and everything. So anyways, thanks again guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.